Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Yes. So now, please pen down what was revealed through the third eye. Describe elaborately whatever was revealed. Do not hesitate or have a doubt or have a scrutiny, any judgment. None of that is required. Just write whatever Paramashiva has revealed. You will be very surprised as you might see much more than what was projected. In a sense, you might see multiple layers of that reality. So our participants have very interesting sharings. Chunyu has shared a lot of people wear white sari or robes. It's a ritual. And Jeremy Maxfield is sharing someone hitting you, maybe your parents. That's actually very interesting. And Jeremiah is having a smile on his face. It's a very interesting sharing. Chakra Raja Swarupani, Nithya Chakra Raja Swarupani is sharing that day when you took sannyas. That's very interesting. Actually, it's frankly very interesting. And we will just give a few minutes for everybody to share. We have Ananda Lingeshwari, John Han, Lin Zhao Ming Aya. Please, everybody feel free to share. We just give a few minutes for everybody to share. Do not hesitate. And it'll be a very actually fun and enlightening exercise, because these are the moments when we get to play with Bhagavan Paramashiva. Through the third eye power manifestation, very beautifully, Bhagavan Paramashiva, literally in a very beautiful, playful and light atmosphere, he gives us the experience of oneness with him. The power manifestations are a beautiful byproduct. The real transformation happens in this beautiful moments of oneness. And you will not even realize, you will not be even able to connect logically, but the more and more the powers you manifest, as you are manifesting powers, deeper and deeper layers of completion will happen. Great. So we'll be sharing, I'll be describing the incident. So let's also look at the sharing which people did. Machunyu was sharing. A lot of people wearing white sari or robes. It's a ritual. It is surely it is that many people were around in white white sari during that time. It was in Adi Kailasa in the courtyard of Swamiji, in the auspicious presence of Swamiji. But the very interesting part is Jeremy Ayya has shared someone hitting you, maybe your parents. So it was a bunch of, I can say, it's a very interesting incident and it is not inaccurate. Basically, it was, I will describe the incident. There was a certain responsibility assigned and it was done partly and Swamiji gifted raisins and dates to the whole team. So that was a very beautiful and cherished moment. And that is why it resonates with the feeling that when Ma Nithya Chakraraj Surupni is sharing when you took sannyas. So it resonates with that feeling for sure. And even Jeremiah sharing that someone hitting you, maybe your parents. I can say it was not a human being, but maybe it was life hitting us very badly during that time, as we were in middle of that assignment, we can say, and it wasn't easy. It was definitely not easy, and if I had the opportunity to share in detail, I would have told that yes, it is. It is not inaccurate to say someone hitting you. Literally, it was life hitting us. But the most beautiful part is whether success or failure, Bhagavan blessed the entire team. He gave dates to all of us, and it was a very sweet moment, both in terms of as a memory which we still cherish and encouragement for the work, of course, and divine blessings. Beautiful. It was wonderful sharing with everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed, and we'll have more of such sessions. So now we'll be moving on to the next segment.
आनंद परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
Now we'll be moving on to the next segment. This is about how mind works. And in this segment, we are going to learn about how the mind works. Of course, that is one part. The concept of thoughts per second, pain shaft, and joy shaft. We are just giving an overview because many of us already are familiar with these words like thoughts per second, pain shaft, joy shaft. So here we are going to go into the deeper truths that how we are not aware of all our decisions, as all our thoughts are moving inside us, inspiring us to live in a way in which we are living, pushing us to think in the way we are thinking, and to be the way we are. But the situation is that we are not aware. We constantly behave, we believe, we think that we are aware. But that is the first illusion. That is the first layer of illusion. Now, there are many more layers, but let us understand the first and the fundamental thing, that we think that we are living in awareness, but our thoughts, which we are not aware of, constantly push us to behave and act in a certain way without us being fully aware of that. The word Sat, the Sanskrit word Sat, means truth. By its very nature, it is Chit, means power, consciousness, and Ananda, which means bliss. The full Sanskrit verse is Sat Chit Ananda. Truth, by its very nature, has power, has awareness, has consciousness, and is bliss. By its very nature, Sat leads to Chit and Chit leads to Ananda. Even though in the initial level it feels like we have to take a little bit more responsibility, a little bit more load, and we might think and we might start resisting that whatever is being said is not right, and we might deny the fact that we are living in unawareness. We might justify and we might feel that no, we are living in awareness and everything is happening to our knowledge. However, we'll also look at some exercises where we'll be able to understand how our mind is getting tricked. See, even when we are suffering about our past, we are suffering. We are suffering in the present. Even if we are worrying about our future, we are worrying in the present. So we are always in the present. All we are doing is trying to take away some ideas which we associate, which is associated with the mind, which we think as us. The first truth is we are not aware of all the things which is happening in front of us. We do not remember our biography as it is. We never remember incidents as it happened. This is the first truth. We remember things only as we want. Now, I'm sure many of us might be aware of thoughts per second, but for benefit of everybody, Swamiji has been talking about and introduced this concept of thoughts per second. How much we are clutched with our thoughts and how many thoughts are coming in our mind and we are strongly associating ourselves with literally every second. So the more we are in worry, more we are in anxiety, the thoughts per second will be higher. The more we are in samadhi and in elevated states of consciousness, literally our thoughts per second will be zero. When our thoughts per second come down, we have clarity about our past and future. People have asked Swamiji, what about the past? We believe that we already have clarity. And why should we have clarity about our past by bringing the thoughts per second down? People think that we know our past properly, we know it factually, but no, that is not the truth. We do not remember and recollect past as it happened. We recollect only as we want, not as it happened. For example, in our life, there are various incidences. There'll be joy, suffering, guilt, pain, depression, and different quantity and quality of incidences. We do not look at life at it, the way it is. We look at how we want. So we'll take an example. Surely all of us would have gone through some incidents. For example, it would be a happy incident, it would be a sad incident, we might have met an accident, we might have got injured in school while playing. There are so many things. If we look at the entire life, the whole timeline of our life, and we start putting colors to it. If it is a happy incident, we color it with, let's say, blue or green. If it is something we feel it was sad or shocking, we color it with gray or one of those colors. Let us color the whole timeline of our life. If you look at it, I am very sure all of us would agree that it will not be a single color. And it will never be fully dark or black, as if the whole life is filled with sorrow. But when we are in a low mood, or when we are looking at life, or when we are dealing with day-to-day situations, we do not look at the whole life as it is. We have a generalized, biased view. We look it at as, oh, life is sad, life is struggle, it is not easy, I'm not manifesting what I want, my friends are not listening, my father is not listening, my mother is not listening, my boss is not bullying me. We'll paint a picture which is different from what is there actually in the timeline. Yes, we are able to understand. Is everybody with me? So, throughout our life, though all sorts of incidences are happening, and if you frankly sit and draw the timeline of your life, it will surely not be black. It will be majority in a happy color or in a white color, which is like we are not having any particular incident associated with it. So it is by default bliss. The moments which we do not even remember as good or bad went by auspiciously, which we took for granted. But what we do is we collect. Let us say in the whole timeline of our life, there will be some dots, just some dots, spots, which will be like moments of sorrow or suffering, which we think as sorrow and suffering. There will be some small dots in the whole canvas of life. We will be connecting only those unrelated, disconnected events which are separated apart by hours or days or years, and will be forming a shaft through the whole timeline of our life and generalizing it to project in our inner space. The whole life is like that. We'll be completely ignoring the entire picture of our life, the vivid incidences, everything, and so many things which happen. And we create sufferings for us. We create a shaft, create a connection of ideas, and we think that life is nothing but suffering. But we need to understand, we collect suffering, guilt, pain, depression, all these kinds of thoughts, connect them, and think life is a long chain of suffering. That life is a long pain shaft. Swamiji has very beautifully shared many times that when people come and Swamiji asks them, how are you? And from where they are, the first thing most people will invariably say that you don't know Swamiji. In the sense, they will start lamenting as if their suffering is very big and they have lots of suffering in life, which is too much that they cannot even express. They feel, everybody feels that nobody has suffered like them in their life. The joyful incidences, the joyful memories which happened in between, is completely ignored. They collect only the negative things, connect them, and create a shaft, a pain shaft. Very rarely, sometimes we create a joy shaft, but very rare. Not only in numbers. See, when we are connecting the dots in the canvas of life, very rarely we pick up the dots which are joyful, both in terms of number of times we connect and in terms of the quality. If we connect the joyful moments, we'll feel the life is joyful. But most of the time, we collect all the painful memories and incidences and create the idea that life is painful. We create the shaft, life is pain. And we'll be just waiting for more and more painful incidences to be added. And anything we believe, we will start collecting more and more such experiences and will collect more and more arguments to strengthen that belief. Now, how many of us are able to understand that if we actually draw the whole life as a canvas, as a full white sheet we have in our life, and we start coloring with some pen with different colors, all the sad incidences with a black dot, all the joyful incidences, let's say, with a blue dot. How many of our are able to understand that there is no way the whole timeline is going to be black? Mostly it will be white. White means the joyful, blissful, and auspicious happenings in life which we just took for granted. We did not even register. So we have participants sharing. Ma Chakraraja Surupini and Ma Chunyu are sharing. Jeremy Aya is also sharing. Right? So most of us are understanding. Very beautiful. Now, the second part. How many of us are able to understand that once we form a mindset that life is a pain, we start connecting all the sad moments and generalize it for the whole life. We also start collecting more and more evidence to support our belief. That belief itself is not true. But we also start collecting more and more incidences. So Jeremiah is sharing yes. So for example, like if we feel that, okay, life is not going good, things are not happening properly, everything is a mess, everything is collapsing. And we'll add to it, oh, today the black cat crossed in front of me, my day is spoiled. Today the boss is going to scold me, I didn't finish this assignment, and my mother is going to scold me, and nobody likes me. There might be no end to it. We'll just go on collecting incidences and evidences to support our belief, which itself is not true. And we'll be waiting for more and more painful incidences and collecting experiences and arguments to strengthen that belief. This is the nature of mind. Once we believe that life is a long pain shaft, that's enough. We'll be just waiting to pick up only painful incidences and elongate the shaft. We'll never be able to remember or respect the continuous happening of life as it is. The moment we believe life is a continuous happening of painful things, we will try to feel the same, and we will also try to break the pain shaft. Now here is the funny thing. This pain shaft we only created. This pain shaft we only strengthened by collecting evidences. But this pain shaft is what we'll try to break also. We'll be continuously trying to break the pain shaft. But what we'll be doing unconsciously, we'll be continuously collecting more and more painful memories and collecting more and more ideas to strengthen it. The big problem is neither we can break the pain shaft nor we can add the joy shaft, because both shafts do not exist. It is just our memory and just, we can say, our biased choice of illogically connecting incidences which are independent. So how many of us are able to understand that both the pain shaft and joy shaft are not real? Can I get a thumbs up in the chat or in the video? How many of us are able to understand neither the pain shaft nor the joy shaft are real? Jeremiah is giving a thumbs up. Great. Ma Chakra Swarupini, Chakra Raja Swarupini is giving. Yes. Thank you so much. Really amazing for your participation. Thank you so much. Now, Jeremiah is asking, why not make joy shaft? Right? Why not make joy shaft? The truth is, the moment we make a joy shaft, we'll also make a pain shaft. Because joy, how we understand, for example, when we look at incidents in a positive thinking way, for something to be positive, we have to understand there will be a negative side to it. Because both positive and negative are comparative realities. They are not absolute realities, truth as it is, accepted in its entirety, with the understanding that Paramashiva is real. The word Shiva itself means auspiciousness. When we say Om Namah Shivaya, literally we are saying we revere that all-pervading auspiciousness. It is literally, whenever we are saying Om Namah Shivaya, it is literally a statement which is going beyond the pain shaft and going beyond the joy shaft. It is a statement that's saying neither life is pain nor life is joy. Everything is Paramashiva. Everything is auspiciousness. Everything is auspiciousness. If you look at our life in a very frank way, many of us, when we look at one of these sad moments or shocking moments of our life, at that moment it might have felt very painful. But if we look at it 5 years later, we will understand how much we matured because of it. So when we look at our life in totality, what we consider even as a failure or as a sad incident would have led to our expansion, would have led to our growth. And we will come to understand and the ultimate truth that everything is Paramashiva, everything is auspiciousness. Does that answer you, Jeremiah? So, please understand that the reality happening is this, the entirety, the whole timeline as it is. Different memories, different incidents continuously flowing. That is not connected logically. The gap between every thought, different shapes, different sizes, just coming and disappearing, just comes and disappears. And that is where life is constantly happening. Swamiji has also shared a very beautiful and many very beautiful incidences. Like one day Swamiji was sharing that one person came to Swamiji and asked, Swamiji, I am going to divorce, please bless me. Swamiji said, usually we bless only for marriage, not for divorce. Can you tell me the reason? And let me analyze. That is what Swamiji said. And also then Swamiji said, I cannot bless you, bless as you want. Only if I am convinced I will bless you. And it is not something I have and you can take it without my will. You can steal blessings fortunately. Then that person said, the actual reason, the immediate cause was that his wife, she brought coffee and spilled it on the floor. That was all. That is the reason why that person wanted a divorce. And then Swamiji asked, don't you see clearly it is not an enough reason for divorce? Why don't you realize? Why don't you understand? Then that person said, you don't know, Swami. Today she will pour coffee. Tomorrow she will pour acid. You don't know. He actually said that. He told Swamiji, you don't know. Today she will pour coffee. Tomorrow she will pour acid. Then Swamiji told him, why don't you be a little logical? Why don't you be a little truthful? How can you connect coffee and acid? How can you connect coffee and acid? But the thing is, people, when we are connecting this pain shaft, sometimes it feels the same. Then Swamiji continued and said, how can you connect coffee and acid? Don't you see the gap is too much? You are creating too much of ideas in your head. You are creating too many things. The person replied, no, Swamiji, you don't know. Last 10 years, how much I suffered with her. You don't know. Then Swamiji told him that do not just create a pain shaft. Just come out with particular incidences. Then we can analyze. Look into it. Don't create a pain shaft. The pain shaft will stay only if you are unconscious. We need to understand that our opinion about life as a pain shaft or joy shaft will stay only as long as we are unconscious, not when we are aware. One important thing we forget, neither we can elongate the pain shaft, nor we can break the pain shaft. Neither we can elongate the joy shaft, nor we can break the joy shaft because they do not exist. If we try to hold on to it, if we try to hold on to joy, it will not stay. We can try to reproduce the same ambience, same experience, same people, same thing, everything same temperature. We will not be able to have the same joy. And this is where addiction happens. Addiction means believing that joy or ecstasy that came due to some object or person or situation and trying to reproduce the same thing again and again. This is what is addiction. How many of us are able to understand why pain shaft and joy shaft both do not work? Yes. So Jeremiah, I'll be answering you in a while. So, for example, we had a wonderful party with our batchmates in the college, in the school, or during the office. And we had very good times. Now, this is a very common hangover period in the early days when we transition from our university and education life to work life. We think that all the joyful moments we had, we can extend them and relive them. But what happens? So we try to replicate the same happenings. We try to do the same things. We try to think that, okay, we can go in some kind of gatherings and parties and have the same joyful experiences as we think we had during our university time or during our childhood or any moment of our life. But what happens? It is not about the situations. It is the belief that we can hold on to joyful moments and reproduce. This is literally how addiction happens. For example, if we had a certain food addiction, we might think that we are experiencing joy because of a certain food. Certain food is tasty or good. We try to eat it again and again thinking that we will feel the same joy. And it can also be with alcohol, it can also be with smoking, it can go on to any level. because we are trying to elongate the joy shaft. But does it work? I'm sure all of us have tried. Can we get a quick raise of hands? How many of us have been actually successful in elongating the joy shaft? So Jeremiah is sharing that he has been successful. Is that a yes? Okay. So if everyone is, do we agree that we are trying to elongate the joy shaft, but are we successful in elongating the joy shaft? Does it stay? It stays. Okay. So Jeremiah is saying it stays. How many of us feel that we are trying to elongate the joy shaft, but that also comes across as a delusion? We are not able to hold on to it. It just, these are different incidences. Right? So then continuing with addiction, how Swamiji was revealing that we are constantly trying to elongate the joy shaft by creating or reproducing or again bringing the same person, same situation, same incident, same happenings in our life, and knowing that the same joy is not coming. This habit or this pattern of doing things is addiction. See, for example, if we feel very blissful while doing puja, right? There's a huge difference in saying that every day I do puja, I feel blissful. That is not elongating the joy shaft which comes out of puja, because every puja is unique. Every time we do puja, the gratitude feeling which we get is a new, fresh, particular for that incidences. We are, of course, reliving all our sweet memories with Swamiji, with Bhagavan Paramashiva. We are reliving them and bolting those experiences deeper and deeper into our muscle memory and bio memory. But we cannot say both are the same. For example, we are cooking rice or bread or chapati or noodles. It might be anything. Every day we are cooking. Even if we are cooking the exact same recipe each and every single day, can we say the two foods in two which we ate 2 different days are same? We cannot say. We might get the similar or same experience from that, right? But both incidences are independent, disconnected, which we are trying to connect to make a joy shaft. Because we are always trying to connect, when we are trying to connect and make it as a joy shaft, thinking that we can elongate the experience of that joy throughout. That is what is addiction. Are we understanding? Can I get a quick thumbs up from everybody? Yes. Thank you. Really amazing to have such a joyful environment at such a late time. Actually, I think it's now early morning in many parts of the world, so it's not late anymore. But as we are coming to the end of today's segment, it's very encouraging to see everybody in such high spirits. So we'll be moving on and moving on with this session, as we have to wrap up today's day also. So now we'll be moving on with the understanding of how mind works. So many of us have various kinds of addiction. We must understand so that we are able to see things as it is. Many of us have addiction to parties. We have addiction to smoking. We have addiction to drinking. we are addicted. Many of us are addicted to newspaper. We might find it funny, but really many of us have, at least I can tell about myself. There was a time that I was addicted to newspapers. So much addicted that I would be reading about macroeconomics and the budget of different countries, and even things like how much is the particular government's deficit and how much loan they are taking, or when they are going to collapse, when that economy is going to collapse, something which is completely unrelated to anything for my life. It just becomes an addiction illogically, because we are always trying to elongate a certain experiences and it becomes an addiction. I'm sure many of us will find it funny, but all of us have various variously tried to make different kinds of pain shafts and joy shafts. See, the more and more violence we will swallow, will become aware only if the violent pictures are moving in front of us. For example, when we see any violent thing which comes across in our life, because we cherished that kind of a thought, it comes again in front of our mind. But the moment we wake up and understand, it is just like an automatic alarm clock. The moment we wake up, we just come out of it. If we are enjoying lustful thoughts, whenever lustful thoughts come across our system, we just need to come to awareness that I exist. If we are enjoying violence, whenever the violent thoughts comes in our inner space, we just need to come to awareness that I exist. If you come to life, you come to awareness to the fact that I exist, the thoughts that are getting strengthened and empowered, and the illusions that are getting strengthened, we will be able to come out of them. And we will be able to get back our life as it is. We'll be able to come out of the vicious cycle. However, if we are constantly empowering negativity in our life and bringing more and more negativity, then we'll be getting stuck in a vicious cycle. So we need to understand that sometimes it is by media or sometimes it is by entertainment, which often is filled with a lot of violence, with a lot of lust and violence, and we are made to become addicted of it. All these things we can very easily come out of it when we understand how the mind is working. So we need to understand that when we are stuck with the negativity, what happens? And when we are stuck with the so-called positivity, what happens? When we are trying to elongate the joy shaft, we are trying to create an addiction. When we are trying to create a pain shaft, we are creating a vicious cycle of life. When we are able to see things as it is, as Paramashiva, existence is Paramashiva, Sat Chit Ananda. Truth by itself is consciousness and bliss. We are unclushed. We are in bliss. Swamiji has been very beautifully sharing in yesterday's satsang and in today's presidential address, which was being shared again in today's retelecast, that Kailasa is a nation without police, without the law enforcement, which we have seen in most of the countries. Today, there is no village without police station. In USA, we can just call 911. Within 3 minutes, there will be a policemen standing in front of our home to take care and attend to us. We can't think of a society where we do not need police. However, the 56 Hindu nations, the ancient 56 Hindu nations, were running very beautifully without any kind of need, any kind of such policing need, and very beautifully running because the 56 Hindu nations were run by cosmic constitution. Because the generations and generations of Hindu civilization went on following and living the truth of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, reading and living the truths of Ramayana and Mahabharata. We need to understand that all our intellectuals, especially, they need to understand that we can't break this dharma. We can't replace the dharmic society by policing. If we just dump the science of enlightenment, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma, we cannot replace it and we cannot maintain the social balance. That will only lead to violence and will lead to more and more unconscious living. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi had shared a very beautiful example which Swamiji has shared many times. There is a dog. If many of us have pets, would have seen in this behavior in the dogs. They will try to bite a dry bone. While biting the dry bone, sometimes the bone will poke inside the mouth of the dog, and from its own mouth, blood will be coming out, and the dog will think it is the blood coming out from the bone and drink the blood and enjoy that blood. Literally, the same thing happens to us when we swallow the external violence as entertainment. When we eat that violence, when we are digesting violence, we become addicted to that violence. We should save ourselves from that violence. Not just physical violence, even psychological and intellectual psychological violence, which is constantly getting added in our society, in our system by so many sources, whether it be even the crime news which comes in the newspaper, or the Hollywood or Bollywood, or the entertainment industry, which is constantly flooding us with lust and violence, any of it. It might be used to provoke us, excite us, but it is like the dog eating the bone. There is no blood left in the bone. The bone is hitting the dog's own mouth, and the blood is coming from his own mouth, and that itself is enjoying. Similarly becomes our situation, how we are constantly damaging our beautiful inner space by consuming the violence that is infused in the entertainment industry and the contemporary lifestyle. We need to understand some important truths. The depression or low mood, which we experienced 10 years ago, and the depression or low mood, which we experienced 9 years ago or 8 years ago, and the depression and low mood that we experienced 1 year ago, they are all independent experiences. All of them are independent experiences. But in the inner space, for the sake of convenience, we archive all our sufferings in one file for easy reference, for easy memory. And we think that all of this is connected. The whole 10 years of my life is depression. That is what we do when we are connecting these unrelated incidences. So we need to understand we are creating an enemy which does not exist. How many of us are clear? Yes. Second thing, we already made a passive agreement with our enemy. We are already made an agreement that we have told the enemy. First we created the enemy and then we told to the enemy that you have won the game. And then we wish and we lament why we are failing. How many of us are able to understand that we have already made an agreement with the enemy? The enemy is the pain shaft, which does not exist. And our agreement with that pain shaft is that we believe it is true and we try to find evidence to make it longer. By trying to find evidence to make our pain shaft longer, we have made an agreement with our enemy that you have won. Yes? So now we will be moving on to the next segment. This particular segment on how the mind works is from a very beautiful discourse of Swamiji from December 2007. We'll be continuing further sessions. Now we'll be moving on to the next segment. While we prepare and move on to the next segment, I would request all our participants to share your clicks or any question if you have, if all of us are clear. Nithya, no? We apologize for the technical glitch. So now we'll be continuing with the further session. So before we move on, we want to request all our participants to confirm that all of us understand how the mind works, how we are creating the pain shaft, joy shaft, and both of them are not true. So while we prepare for the next segment, please share your clicks and your questions. Thank you. Yes. So now we are going to move on to the next segment, which is Nithya Dhyaan. It's a very powerful and beautiful meditation which Swamiji revealed almost, we can say almost 2 decades ago. And Swamiji has very beautifully shared that it literally came to him as a revelation, to the extent that Swamiji claims, or Swamiji tells us that there is no, Swamiji says that it was a revelation. It was a revelation, not something which he created. Yes. So we have some very interesting sharings. Machinyu has shared the mind creates pain, and Chakra Rajaswarupni is sharing, I am impressed by the coffee story. Wonderful. So now we'll be moving on to Nithya Dhyaan meditation. With this understanding of how we are creating the pain shaft and the joy shaft, and none of it is real, we'll be moving on. So please sit straight. with your head, neck and spine in a straight line, we'll be transitioning to this next segment. We request all the participants to settle down. We also understand that the coffee story might have been very interesting. As much as it has been interesting, now it is time for us to settle down and relax and come to the space of listening. We are going to transition to Nithya Dhyaan. Thank you.
The meditation process, life bliss meditation. The meditation process which creates the perpetual completion in your system. I give you a few minutes, please settle down and adjust yourself, make yourself comfortable. Then I lead you step by step. The meditation process, life bliss meditation. The meditation process which creates the perpetual completion in your system. I give you a few minutes, please settle down and adjust yourself, make yourself comfortable. Then I lead you step by step. Yes. The first step, please understand, first step of the process is chaotic breathing, means awakening and arising the prana, life energy level in your body to its peak possibility. It is the most dynamic aspect. You can put your hands on the hip and start breathing as deep as possible and as powerfully as possible. It's like a hyperventilating you. That's all, nothing else. Hyperventilating. I can show you. Use your whole body to breathe. The first step is 7 minutes. If you want, you can sit on your heels with knees and feet together in Vajrasana, or you can sit comfortably. But use your whole body and breathe. Use your whole body and breathe. I can demonstrate by myself. See here. Use your whole body and breathe as deeply as possible and as powerfully as possible, but as comfortably as possible. Let your whole body become alive. Let the hyperventilation happen in you. sincere as much as you can. Do it as long as you are comfortable. Just don't increase your high blood pressure if you are high blood pressure, do it mildly, comfortably. Others, do it sincerely, authentically. Now, move to the next step. Intense humming. Sit in the same way, either sitting on your knees or sit comfortably, but hum as intensely as possible. Let your whole awareness be with the humming sound. It's almost like if you put your mouth into empty vessel and create a vibration, how it will be same way. Hum as intensely as possible. Let your whole body vibrate with that humming sound. intensely as possible. bring your awareness to the 7 energy centers in your body. I'll guide you step by step. First, the root of the spine. Visualize yourself a powerful, bright sun in your root center, the root of the spine. Be in the space of restful awareness. Bring your awareness to the spleen center, the spleen area. Visualize yourself as a powerful light, the spleen area. Bring yourself to the navel center. See yourself in your navel center as a powerful light. Now, bring your awareness to the heart center. Center of the heart. Visualize yourself as a powerful light. Now, bring your awareness to the throat center, Vishuddhi chakra. Now, bring your awareness to the third eye, between both the eyes, Ajna chakra. See yourself as a powerful light on the third eye. Bring your awareness to the crown center. The top of your head, Sahasrara chakra. See yourself as a light on the crown center. With my integrity and authenticity, I bless you all. Let you all experience Kundalini awakening. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Now, just relax, sit in the space of unclutched. Decide to yourself, you will sit in the space of perpetual completion. Any incompletion comes up, complete and drop them. Be in the space of perpetual completion. Any doubt, fear, powerlessness comes up in you. Distractions comes up in you. Complete them and drop them. Be in the space of perpetual completion, unclutched. I bless you all and initiate all of you. Let your Kundalini Shakti be intensely awakened. Let your brain mirror the neuron activities of an incarnation, the peak possibility. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya.
கருணார்ணவமாய் கருதக்கதினல்கும் அருணாச்சல சிவமீதா சிவன் இதய பதியாமொரு மறுமத்தலம் பதியாமவனாகிலே பதிவாரொளி மலையாய் நிதம் அருணாச்சலமேனவே அஜோதியும் ஈசனை மாமரர் ஏற்றி வழிபட்ட நாள் மாசி சிவராத்திரி அம்மக்கு தங்களருளால் உலகம் தங்குவதற்கன்று வருத்தமுறாது வராத வேதாந்த அறுத்த விஞ்ஞானம் ஆர்க்கும் உண்டாமே, அறுத்த விஞ்ஞானம் ஆர்க்கும் உண்டாமே. யோசனை மூன்றாம் இத்தல வாசற்கு வாசருதி கையாதியும் பாசமில் சாயுச்சியம் பயக்கும் ஈசனம் என்றன் ஆணையினானே, ஈசனம் என்றன் ஆணையினானே.
என்றுமே அறமோரம்பத்து இருப்பிடமித்தலும் தான் ஒன்றுவாக்கிற பின்னாலும் உண்மை பந்தோல் பொன்னி ஒன்றுதான மொழியும் தீயோர் உடன் ஒரு கடத்தின் தங்கி குன்றுருளை ஈசன் கோபமெந்தனல் குன்றுருளை ஈசன் கோபமெந்தனல்
கருணார்ணவமாய் கருதக்கதி நல்கும் அருணாச்சல சிவமேதா. அதுவே தலம் அருணாச்சலம் தலம் யாவிலும் அதிகம், அது பூமியின் இதயம் அறி அதுவே சிவன் இதய பதியாம் ஒரு மறுமத்தலம் பதியாமவன் அதிலே பதிவானொளி மலையாய் நிதம் அருணாச்சலமெனவே. ஆதி அருணாச்சல பேரற்புதலிங்க துருக்கள் ஆதிநாள் மார்கையில் ஆதிரை அஜோதியும் ஈசனை மாமரர் ஏற்றி வழிபட்ட நாள் மாசி சிவராத்திரி அம்மக்கு. தங்களருளால் உலகம் தோன்றுவதற்கன்று நம்புறைவன் சித்தனென என்றும் எனதுள்ளே பொங்கி ஒளிரும் புகைப்பல் போதமொடு என்றுள்ளே. இல்லாததுவாம் எது கண்ணுறலால் எல்லாரருணாச்சலமாம் இதுவே எல்லாரருணாச்சலமாம் இதுவே தெரியவில்லை உற்று கண்ணுற்றால் கருத்தினால் ஊற கருதினாலுமே வருத்தமுறாது வராத வேதாந்த அறுத்த விஞ்ஞானம் பார்க்குண்டாமே அறுத்த விஞ்ஞானம் பார்க்குண்டாமே யோசனை மூன்றாம் இத்தலவாசற்கு வாசருதி கையாதியும் பாசமில் சாயுச்சியம் பயக்கும் ஈசனம் என்றன் ஆணையினானே ஈசனம் என்றன் ஆணையினானே
என்றுமே அறமோரன்பர்க்கு இருப்பிடமித்தலும் தான் ஒன்றுவாக்கிற பின்னாலும் உண்மை பந்தோல் பொன்னி ஒன்றுராத மொழியும் தீயோர் உடன் ஒரு கடத்தின் தங்கி குன்று அருளை ஈசன் கோபமெந்தனல் விழாவே குன்று அருளை ஈசன் கோபமெந்தனல் விழாவே குன்று அருளை ஈசன் கோபமெந்தனல் விழாவே
கருணார்ணவமாய் கருதக் கதிநல்கும் அருணாச்சல சிவமே.
I bless you all. Let you all experience the complete completion with yourself and others. Let you all be the space of perpetual completion. Let you all be the space of perpetual possibility. Let you all be the space of perpetual living enlightenment. Let you all be the space of perpetual living Advaita. I request every one of you, please practice this life bliss meditation every day. The guiding music is available for free download in our website. You can download this music with voice guided. The guided CD is available in our website for free download. I request all of you to download this guided meditation CD from our website and practice this meditation every day and experience the happiness dose of happiness in your life. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. The meditation process, life bliss meditation.
Yes. So with this, we come to the end of today's Paramashivoham Level 1. I'm very sure all of us had a very beautiful experience with the Nithya Dhyaan meditation session. I would request all our participants to share their experiences. As we come to the end, we would like to give a few minutes for everybody to share your experiences. And if anyone of you have any particular questions, please put them in the chat, and it's okay. We will attend to them in the further sessions. Please feel free to share your experiences. And if you have any questions, we'll give a few minutes for everybody to settle down. So we would like to invite all the participants for the next Nityananda Yoga session, which will start tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. So please join us back and attend the full day program. As when you attend the Nityananda Yoga, it will help you to mold the experience of completion into your muscle memory, and it will flow down to your bio memory and become a part of your life. Understand? As Swamiji has been sharing, that we can use AI, and he encourages us to use AI and literally replace all the functions of our life. But for certain things, for let's say for doing our morning routine, doing our yoga, doing our puja, and working on our body, we need to work on our body for completion and experiencing enlightenment, living enlightenment. So with this, we come to the end of today's session, and we invite everyone to attend tomorrow's full session of Paramashivoham Level 1, starting with Nityananda Yoga. Let us please sit straight with our head, neck, and spine in a straight line. We'll be closing today's day with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nityananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Nityanandam. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you back tomorrow.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasada Shiva.